kicked my MIL out of my wedding, even though she paid for everything. My husband has never been close with his mother, Deborah. She's a corporate lawyer who missed his high school graduation for a merger and his college graduation for a client meeting. Growing up, my husband spent more time with babysitters than with his own mom. When we started planning our wedding, he looked at me and said, "Do we have to invite my mom?" I should have listened to him, but I'm the idiot who believes in second chances. When Deborah found out about our wedding, she insisted on paying for everything. "Let me do this for you," she said. "I wasn't there for my son growing up. Let me be here now." We couldn't afford our dream wedding anyway, and I thought maybe this was her way of finally showing up. That was my first mistake. Within 2 weeks, every decision became hers. I wanted a rustic barn venue. She booked a 5-star hotel ballroom. I wanted a DJ to have a playlist of songs that meant something between my husband and I. She hired a string quartet. The moment I'll never forget was the flower consultation. I showed the florist pictures of wildflower bouquets, the kind with daisies and lavender, natural and simple. Deborah actually laughed. "Wildflowers? Sweetie, that's what grows on the side of highways. Let's do something that doesn't scream budget wedding." The florist looked at me with pity. I felt my face burn, but I just nodded. Every time I tried to push back, she'd sigh and say, "I'm paying for this, sweetheart. Trust my taste." And I'd back down because I was raised to say thank you when someone steps on my foot. My husband tried to intervene, but Deborah would hit him with, "After everything I'm doing for you," and he'd go quiet. The wedding day finally arrives. I'm standing at the altar in a dress Deborah picked, surrounded by flowers Deborah chose, looking at guests Deborah invited, but the love of my life is there, looking at me like I'm the only person in the room, and I think to myself, this is absolutely worth it. My walk down the aisle fills me with butterflies, and when the officiant nods at me to read my vows, I pull out the paper with shaking hands. These vows are the one thing she couldn't touch. I clear my throat. From the moment I met you, that's when I hear it. A phone ringing, not a vibration, an actual ringtone. I look up and see Deborah fishing through her designer clutch. She pulls out her phone and answers it. "Hello? Yes, this is she. No, I can speak." My voice dies in my throat. I'm standing at the altar, vows in hand, watching my mother-in-law to be have a full-on business conversation while 200 guests shift uncomfortably. My knees are shaking. I can feel sweat beading on my upper lip. I try to keep reading, but she's literally talking over me. "No, the clause needs to be amended. Tell them we won't accept those terms." Something in me snaps. I open my mouth to say something, anything, but my husband beats me to it. "Mom, hang up the phone." His voice is calm but deadly. Deborah waves her hand dismissively. "One moment, sweetheart, this is important." He squeezes my hand. More important than my wedding? The room goes silent and I squeeze his hand back. Deborah looks up, annoyed. "Don't be so dramatic. I'll just be a minute." "No, you'll be leaving. Now." Deborah laughs, sharp and incredulous. "Excuse me? I paid for this entire wedding. You wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for me." My hands are gripping my vow paper so hard it's crinkling, but I hear myself say, "We'll reimburse you. Every cent. Can someone please escort her out?" Deborah's face goes pale. My uncle, this giant of a man who used to be in the Marines, stands up from the third row and says, "My pleasure." Deborah tries to protest, but she's already being guided out of the area. The last thing I see is her face, twisted with disbelief, before my husband cups my face in his hands and tilts my head to look at him. He tells me, "I love you. Now, let's get married." I managed to finish my vows while drowning in my own tears. When we had a moment alone, my husband finally told me what he'd learned. Turns out Deborah even didn't pay for the wedding. Her new husband did. He'd offered to cover everything because he wanted to make a good impression on my husband. When her husband found out what happened at the ceremony, he called my husband personally to apologize, saying the wedding was a gift, no reimbursement needed.